as we get started here, I'm going to explain a couple things, get us started, but I want you to, we need to update Visual Studio for today's exercise. It might take a while, so you can, those of you in the classroom using a lab computer, look for Visual Studio installer here. And wait for it. It should check for updates here, and there should be a recent update here. And we want to get up to 17.12. So it should say update after it checks update 17.12, and then there should be an update button over here. I've already updated this computer to it, so it doesn't have an update button, but yours should say that. We're going to use look at this new version of this app, and it needs .NET 9. So yes, and you probably need me to log in. So I'll come around and do that so we can get going. So we're
The
gonna
learning activity.
What was that, Michael?
We can't see the learning activity. It's hidden.
Oops, you can't see the learning activities. Okay, that was hidden from you. Okay, you probably can't see the assignment either. Okay, you might have to refresh the page so you can see the learning activity now. Okay, so we're gonna look at this Microsoft eShop reference app. It's a app that Microsoft has been using for maybe 10 years as examples of how you can implement their technology, and they keep updating it. I was going to use an older one called eShop on Containers that was just last updated in 2023 and used .NET 8. But in trying to get that to run, I got into what we used to call DLL hell, where all your libraries are linked together. You can't find a combination. So I spent about 2 hours yesterday trying to get this. They have a whole set of libraries with different versions that all are supposed to work together, all set up for that. Unfortunately, now a year later, one of the libraries, the identity library, has a security flaw, so we can't use it anymore. We have to update it. And once I updated that library, that required an update to another library. Once I updated that one, it cascaded. So soon I had 56 errors with libraries not in the right setup on here. I spent a while trying. Sometimes I can get that all balanced. You just find the right combination of libraries, but I wasn't able to do that yesterday. So instead, we're using the current version of eShop, which runs on .NET 9, which was just released in final form a couple weeks ago, I think. So we'll see if that works. So I'm going to break you in teams. Of here, we'll break the Zoom people into 2 groups and send you to breakout rooms there. And then we'll have each team work through this exercise here. And then hopefully we'll work through this until 11 when I think we have a guest speaker. I haven't heard back from him, but hopefully we'll get our guest speaker there. So let's see, what do we have for 3, 6, 9, 3, let's see, 3, 6, 2, 2. Okay, let's do a couple 2s and a couple 3s. Okay. We'll carefully assign you these apps. All right. So we You can decide if you want to move to the same area or not. I think it would be nice to be at a computer, one computer that will run this app. Here, how's the update? How long does it? What? 41? Okay. Okay, so why don't we just let that go and um um and so why don't you get together somewhere on your team and start working on this? We may not be able to run the code quite yet. So get together and start working, get this open, share the document, that sort of stuff between you. Oh, so why don't you get organized? One, two, I'm gonna set up two breakout rooms for the online stuff. David's actually here in person, so I've got him in another team here. So don't worry about him. But why don't we put Michael and Taku in one room and Briston and Vincent in another room? How's that sound? So I'm going to set up breakout rooms. So again, go to the breakout rooms and start working on this document. And I'll call you back in a little bit, and probably like in 15 minutes, and we'll try to run the app. But see if you can get started at least like on 1.1 and 1.2. Well, not 1.2, 1.1, and maybe even go down to section 3 initially. So, okay, where's breakout rooms? I need. Okay. I think the rooms are open there. I think you can join them. So David, no, Michael and Taku want you to do room 1, and Vince and Briston do room 2 if you can. Okay. And the rest of you can figure out where your teammate is and try to get together at a computer. How's that sound? Good morning. Hey, you need a color. So let's see. Ooh, wait. Yeah. Who do we have 2 of? I think here you need either. Here, you get this. It's by color. Okay. Yeah, find your matching color. Online people, asynchronous online people, I'll be assigning you rooms and posting it to this Teams area. So once you've upgraded this, if you want to run the app, again, you've got, it's similar to other things. We go to this eShop GitHub, we grab this URL, and then we're going to go into Visual Studio. You're just going to clone the repository here for this. It should copy this all down here. This is a very complicated app, and it might not all get run or whatever initially. So we'll get that run. So we clone the app. We have to make sure Docker is running. So again, we've used, I think, Docker Desktop before. So we just have to run that. and get that running in the background here. So initially there might not be any containers, and then when you run this, it'll be, so we got Docker running. Now when you open this up, there are two, well, there's a number of solution files. So when you clone it, it'll ask you what solution file, or when you do open up later, make sure you do the eShop web SLNF file. Usually it's just an SLN file for a solution file, but this is an SLNF file here. So again, and later on, or if something happens, if you do on open solution, not folder, open solution, go to this. And again, there'll be not the eShop SLN, but the eShop web SLNF file. You'd want to choose that one. So that should get you all in here. The eShop app host would be the default one. In bold, the starting app. You should be able to run this. Now, when I run this initially under Chrome, it asks about some certificate authority, because again, it's running HTTPS. And even though I say yes and stuff, it still doesn't allow it in Chrome. So when I start it all up here, in Chrome, it crashes. So I had to do it in Edge here. So again, it'll open up a console window and start some of this Aspire stuff. You probably don't know what Aspire stuff is yet, but hey, that's what question 3.4 is all about, I think, right? Here. So it actually ran in Chrome this time. So last time it didn't work. I had to switch to Edge there. So again, it should bring up this, and you should slowly see a bunch of these services switch to running here. And you may have to wait for them all to switch there. But they should all show up as running eventually. You might get some little warnings here, but hopefully it's not a big deal. Now, and then so now once you have that running there, again, you will have to look at these, but there'll be URLs to access the individual components. Oh, that one didn't work. Let's do this one. Yeah, so you can get access to the APIs, and then when you actually run the app itself, it should be under this web app. So you click on that, or go to that local host, and that'll run your app here. So you can see things and stuff like that. Okay, so that's running the app, and that should get you into some of the other stuff. Questions 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. Did people get somewhat through like every 1, 2, and 3?
No.
1 and 3, but we couldn't do any of the coding stuff.
I think we
Right,
had compile
okay.
errors in our program.
Okay, well, again, this is the learning activity, so I just want you to do it in class. So let's wrap up. And online students, you don't have to do it all, because none of the students got to 4, so you can certainly skip 4. So again, we expect you to spend about 60 to 90 minutes on this, and then see how far you can get, and then submit that. So you'll be graded just on your attempt, not on how much progress you made. Okay, and then with our guest speaker, we're gonna get into this area over here today. So,
Can we just submit this paper then as far as we got?
yes, submit the paper. Everyone should submit a copy of their document. So now we're gonna be on the left side of the room, stage left. You're right there. So let's see. Okay. Let's see where we are. I'm gonna stop sharing for a sec. Stop recording.